Happy Sunday, everybody. How the heck are you? Milkman Al here. Oh boy, I'm kind of tired. I was on call yesterday. It seems like I'm always on call. Probably seems that way because I am actually always on call. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, hopefully you guys have had a great weekend. I've actually had a pretty good weekend too. I was busy yesterday, but yeah, it's alright. Pays the bills, right? Pays the bills. It's a beautiful day here in Kansas City today. Beautiful. Got to go ride bikes with my kid. That is extremely unusual for February. Happy Sunday. Oh, Sunday fun day. Happy Sunday. Ah, Gucci, you gotta make it weird, man. What's going on, y'all? How are you? Sunday fun day, indeed. Yep, it's been a good one. Been a good one, can't complain. Well, yeah. I was, like I said, I was busy yesterday, but that was a pretty good day, pretty decent day. Got to enjoy a little last Epoch action. It's in like a sort of I mean, the whole game's in the beta right now, but it's in this like pre-release testing. I mean, it's like the beta of the beta. You got into med school this cycle? Ah, congratulations, man. My advice is to enjoy yourself as much as you possibly can for the next, what, 6 months? Yeah, chill out. Do not study. Relax, enjoy yourself, man. Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. Oh yeah, also switch careers. No, I'm kidding. Am I? Yeah, I'm kidding. No, that's a huge accomplishment. Where are you going, if you don't mind sharing? I mean, they're all, you know, there's no such thing as a bad med school, but hopefully it's somewhere convenient for you that you're happy with. You know, it's all, medicine isn't really location dependent, right? It's all pretty much the same thing no matter where you go, but sometimes the opportunities are a little bit different depending on, you want to do anesthesia like me? Hell yeah. That's a good choice, honestly. I think anesthesia is up there with, hey, I just got pushed through, look at that. You have to choose, okay. That is not a luxury that I was afforded, but good for you, man. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? We'll talk about like what you like and what you have in mind, where you live. I mean, I don't want to like get you to dox yourself, fuck as many guys and girls that you want in your last 3 months. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Yeah, the transition to med school is a rough one. But yeah, any advice that I could give you is, like, stuff that most people don't think about. It's not related to school. You know, scope out where you're gonna live, like, what cost of living is like. So, you know, try to be as forward-thinking as possible. So, you want to set up routes to, foster connections, you know, all the way down the line if you can. Because where you go to med school, you're more likely to get into residency, or have, like, local connections for residency. And where you do residency, you're more likely to have local connections for jobs, right? So, if you go to med school in a location or general area that you are, you know, thinking you might settle in, then that's going to be beneficial. Also, tuition is a consideration, because, God, med school is just ridiculously expensive. So, you know, if you can shave 100 G's off of your, you know, student loan tally by the end of it, then that's nice. I do not know what OUWB is. Penn State's a really good school, I can tell you that. More tight-knit, newer than Penn. Yeah, MD is the way to go, man. If you have a choice between MD and DO, absolutely do MD. I actually didn't know this until last cycle. I thought that the, like, gap, like, ever since they integrated the MD and DO match, like, I thought it was just kind of whatever, but dude, the stats are way against DOs, even with, you know, for not really any reason. Extremely good teaching hospital, does that affect residency? I mean, that's kind of a broad question. Sorry, my 3D printer's going and it was doing weird things. I don't know. Maybe. But like every hospital with a residency program is a teaching hospital, technically. If they have people, like if they have good staff there, kind of across the board, who are, you know, willing to teach and interested in it, then yeah, that's great. But, you know, unfortunately, I think you'll find that at pretty much any teaching hospital, there's going to be a whole bunch of people who are there because they like power tripping. And I mean, that's true anywhere you go. Like any major academic center, there's people there who just like want you to know that they're smarter than you are. So, whatever. Oakland, William Beaumont. Does it improve chances for competitive residencies? Not really. I mean, like... So the thing about residency is that, there are lots of places that are not considered competitive residencies. Like, I went to KU for anesthesia, and, like, nobody wants to come to Kansas, right? It is not a competitive program to get into. That said, my training was amazing. I was 100% ready for clinical practice. Like, I was completely prepared for any problem that came my way. I could resuscitate anybody that came through the door. But I also didn't, like, you know, I didn't have the, like, academic climbing opportunities that I probably would have at, like, Harvard or something. So if you're looking to be into, like, you know, like, hardcore academia, research, that sort of thing, then you kind of want a little bit more name brand. And Penn State has good cachet, for sure. Yeah, KU's anesthesia residency, at least when I was there, is really good. I know it's, like, it's evolved a lot since I was there, which was... When did I graduate? 6.5 years ago? Yeah. So yeah, it's evolved a lot because they've like opened a couple like new wings of the hospital, and they've had a bunch of turnover in their staff because it's actually not the best place to work in the world. But I think there's still some good staff there. Yeah, so I agree with Gucci on that, by the way. Yeah, you want a good culture. You want to be in a supportive culture, and the whole, like, pass-fail thing is really nice. Hey, Mad Dreams, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, I went to Arkansas for med school, and they did the block exam. They did it by systems. They did everything by systems, and so, like, your test for every subject was all at once. And so you didn't have, like, staggered exams all the time, which I think would be really stressful. Also, avoid problem-based learning curricula. I think those have kind of fallen off, but that was, like, the buzzword when I was going through med school. And, like, that was the, like, super popular thing to do, but it's bullshit, and it's a huge waste of your time. Dropping out of med schools from the ranking, it absolutely does not matter whatsoever for residency. That's like, just a bunch of, you know, high-end, big-name schools giving each other hand jobs. It's a huge circle jerk. Nobody pays attention to those rankings except for pre-meds. Like, to be honest with you, that stuff doesn't matter for anything but pre-meds and advertising. Because they publish those things and say, we're the, you know, 10th best hospital in the country, and, like, nobody knows what that means. You know, they don't bother to be like, well, by what criteria? You know, they're like, oh, well, that's the 10th best hospital, I'm gonna go there. So that's all advertising money and making pre-meds salivate. But yeah, I don't think any of that actually matters for residency. I mean, the sort of the point that I danced around earlier is a lot of like really high-powered academic places are actually worse for your training because they emphasize research so much and academics so much that you don't really get a lot of, like, clinical time. And that's worse for some specialties than others. But I know, like, for anesthesia, sometimes they just, like, put you in these, like, ridiculous high-end cases, which is good, but then you also don't get any, like, useful experience managing, like, an outpatient center, which is realistically what most anesthesiologists do. Like, more, you know, you are much more likely to be cranking through 30 cases per day in a surgery center, or in private practice, like I do, than you are to be taking, like, 2 cases a day where your patient loses 4 liters of blood and has, like, their whole freaking body chopped apart. Like, that's pretty much academic center only type of stuff. And to be fair, those are, you know, there's a huge chunk of jobs there because they are so big and they're big employers, but the vast majority of people are out in private practice. So you don't really get that practical experience necessarily. Yeah, it's in the U.S. news is like, I've forgotten what the exact breakdown was, but it was like, I think like a quarter of their criteria was based on research dollars. So like, obviously, all of the traditional powerhouses are going to be at the top, and that will never change. You know, like your Harvards with the like $10 billion endowments, like they're just like by default on the top of the list. I mean, it's just stupid. It's like, why are we even ranking these places? Because this one factor is just so lopsided that it will always make those places stay at the top. No, absolutely not. Clout does not make a good residency. Reputation does not make a good residency. So you'll find out really quickly that like public perception of a school really has very little to do with the quality of residency. So like this is the example I use all the time. So all the regulars here have heard this a million times, but Arkansas. If I tell you Arkansas, do you think that that's a highly ranked school for anything? My guess is probably not. But when I was there, it was like a top 3 neurosurgery program. They had some people leave, which may have affected it, but I think it's really good still. So it was a huge powerhouse. Similarly, KU is also a really high-powered neurosurgery program. You would never think that, right? Because nobody wants to go to Arkansas or Kansas. Like, so in terms of like training and the class or the cases you see and are involved in, like those are amazing programs. The people you work with, you know, like star-studded casts, but you know, it's not a Hopkins, it's not a Yale. You know, these like high name power sorts of institutions. So yeah, the fact that you recognize a name does not mean that they have a good residency. And like I was saying earlier, a lot of times it's quite the opposite. Because they want you to spend more time like publishing and furthering their reputation than they do, you know, actually like learning your specialty. That's a trap a lot of people get caught up in. But that said, if you're wanting to do academics, if you want to be in that world, then yes, prestige matters a lot. Anywhere you can look for rankings of residency, so I don't know the answer to that. Maybe academics sucks. I agree with that completely. I mean, you basically like take a 20 to 30% pay cut to work harder. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but some people like that, man. Some people are just like all about teaching and doing research and stuff. But hey, you know, to each his own. I'm not gonna hate. Yeah, so rankings of residencies, I don't know. I think the best way to do it is just get involved with like Reddit or Student Doctor Network or something, and just kind of read the forums and sort of get a general sense for the places that people respect and talk about. Because I browse all that stuff, and all of the programs that had a good name when I was interviewing still have a good name, as far as I can tell. There's a lot of places that you wouldn't expect. Like Iowa is a huge name in anesthesia, Wake Forest, UAB, what else that you wouldn't expect? Like I said, my training was really good, but KU is not a big name in anesthesia. I mean, there's of course the Dukes and Harvards and stuff, and they have good reputations as well, but there's a lot of like dark horse stuff that you wouldn't expect. Yeah, I was one of the best anesthesia programs in the country. Kentucky also. Yeah, it is. You have to take both Reddit and Student Doctor Network with a huge grain of salt. There's a crap load of neuroticism at basically every level. Yeah. Agree. Agree. But you are more than welcome to come and ask me questions anytime you want. And I mean, I'm obviously not like the end-all be-all, but I'll do my best to give you a, you know, objective, sort of real-world kind of answer to anything that you are curious about. Yeah. Play online. Ooh, that's kind of loud. Kind of loud. I understand. But yeah, as long as you can kind of get past the people, like, you know, just like tooting their own horn and stuff, like listing their own interview slate as the places that are desirable, which happens for sure. That's, yeah. Yeah, you definitely have to kind of read between the lines a fair bit. But you'll see, like, if you do stick with it, you'll notice the same names kind of coming up over and over again. You know, regardless of whether you want to do anesthesia or what, the same programs are kind of well known. I guess I'm going... Where am I going? Temple of Heorot. Where did I leave off? Damn. Okay, well, let's go back to Heoria. The rule on propofol effect? Do we really ask the well, so propofol is super short acting, and actually, you keep people to sleep with a gas, typically. So you can keep them asleep with propofol, but that's a little bit harder, and like more labor intensive, so we don't do it. And keeping him asleep with a gas involves turning a dial and leaving it there. So that is definitely the preferable thing to do. But we're actually going to talk a little bit about that. So malignant hyperthermia is a disease pretty much unique to anesthesia. And really the only things that cause it are the anesthetic gases and succinylcholine. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Is it streamed on Discord? No, that the exclamation point Discord is, it gives you a link to my Discord. Yeah, where is Cockroach Princess? He's late. Oh, and you know what? I didn't, this should be streamed on Discord, actually. I forgot to go live. Thank you for reminding me of that. Share my screen. That one. Go live. Perfect. Yeah, so yes, absolutely, you communicate with surgeons to ask them, like, what the hell's going on. Some are better at communicating than others, and sometimes there are, you know, key parts of surgeries that you need to know about. Like they're clamping or unclamping a major artery, or your surgeon's going on bypass, and granted, if you're in a heart surgery and you don't know that your surgeon's going on bypass, you probably need to pay more attention to the case. But the point is, there's a lot of stuff, you know, going on that, you know, requires a little bit of communication. Especially in cases like cystoscopies, where, like, basically, when they take the scope out, that's a cystoscopy is like a bladder scope, basically. When they take the scope out, they're done. You know, there's no, like, closure, they don't have a wound to close or anything, they're just done. And so they'll give you, like, a, you know, 10-minute heads up or something. Tell the nephrologist you want to be a cardiologist. That's fucking hilarious. For those of you who don't understand that joke, there's like this kind of meme rivalry between nephrology and cardiology over who takes care of the most important organs. So, amusing all around. Oops. I need to set up my item filter so I don't go insane. So I did this on my computer at work. I got to play a fair amount yesterday. Not a whole lot. But enough. Enough. I probably put about 5 hours in yesterday. You discovered the rivalry between shadowing the cardiologist and doing research? Okay. Oh god. Oh no. Shift F. There we go. Create a filter. Create new filter. Sure. The heart is most important. Is that a debate? Not really, in my opinion. I mean, heart and brain, right? Yeah, there's lots of stuff that's pretty important. So let's see, hide. Rarity. I love, this is one of my favorite things about this game, is the built-in, fully customizable item filter. It is the coolest shit. Let's see. Show all exalted and uniques. Add, and let's see. Add rule, hide, item type. Don't need that. Sword, dagger. Staff. Yeah, sweet. That can go there. Hide those shows. Yep, that will do. That'll do. Hey, Cockroach, what's up, man? Your favorite things is a Sunday Milkman Out stream. Yay! Well, here I am. Just for you. And only you. Spell crit. Do I want spell crit? Probably so. Yes, I do. Okay. Rock on. Damage 1 per point. I have a lot of spell damage. I got the polo on? Hell yeah. Check it out, baby. I'm dressing up for y'all. I'm dressed for success. You should feel special. Oh, man. Had a Patagonia thing in med school? I have a Patagonia, like, I don't know, it's not really a fleece, but like a jacket for, our group. Like, for some reason, they just sort of decided to get fleeces or jackets for our group, and I'm not sure why. But, hey, it's cool by me. It's really warm. Oh, God. What the hell? Oh. I thought my GPU just, like, shot a brick, but it's just the physics in the way. Do I have Kirkland on today? No, I think I'm rocking Gap pants, actually. Also very high-end. Or maybe Old Navy. I know it's the same thing anymore, though, right? Oh, man, thanks for the sub, dude. Appreciate that. Super cool of you. Hope you're getting the info that you need today. And congrats again on getting into med school. That's awesome. Welcome to the best career that you'll never want. Why are chiropractors bad and why are they not doctors? Well, I mean, they're sort of doctors by virtue of, like, this, you know, just calling themselves doctors, right? They just say, yeah, this is a doctorate. Sure. Same thing with, like, you know, the DNP, where they're like, yeah, we're just going to tack on a year of nursing theory that has 0 clinical application, and we're going to call this a doctorate. It's really not any different. They're like, yeah, we study radiology, kind of. So we're doctors. We're totally doctors. So the thing that I don't like about chiropractors could be summed up in pretty succinctly, actually. So basically, they're doing things that have 0 demonstrable benefit, but actually fairly significant risk, and they will defend their practice to the end. And their qualifications. So basically, it's like ignorance embodied. And they can really hurt people in the process. So, you know, it's not just like they're random-ass idiots running around, you know, arguing that masks are bad and, you know, not getting vaccinated and stuff, which I guess you could argue hurts people too, but they are directly harming people. Hilarious. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of respect for that profession. I've seen way too many of their complications to give them any credit whatsoever. I think Gucci pretty well nailed that one. And it's just sad how many people are, like, suckered into going to them, you know, because they just, like, they sound so confident, and they sound like they know what they're doing, and it's gonna help. But, man, you're just signing yourself up for bad shit. I just want to hear my spine make cracking sounds. Well, that's the place to go, if that's your goal. It may be a permanent crack, and you might not have back pain ever again. I mean, to their credit, they may permanently cure your back pain. You know? I mean, that'd be awesome, right? Get what you pay for. Oh, God. And Diaz scam people too. I mean, that's actually kind of true. Like, the way clinical practice is set up these days, and by clinical practice I do mean like actual medical clinics. Clinic practice is set up these days. It's just like, it's a freaking business farm, and that's actually a big permanent cure equals death or paralysis. You don't have to die necessarily. You just get paralyzed. It's not that bad. You're still alive. You were okay and prescribe you Aquifer, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, I tell all my friends, like, you know, if they have like a UTI or strep or whatever, like, just call me. Like, don't go to the frickin' doctor for that. Like, don't waste your time. You know, we're all at the point in our lives where, you know, your time is valuable. Like, don't spend 4 hours of your day sitting in a doctor, you know, like an urgent care office or something to get an antibiotic. Like, there's no reason to do that. You know, or if, like, somebody runs out of their inhaler or something like that, like, just, dude, call me. Like, don't go without your inhaler for, you know, 2 weeks while you get an appointment. That's bullshit. Being able to feel nothing is technically a cure. Absolutely. Hashtag technically correct. If my viewers are sick, can you prescribe me something? That's a big hell no, my friend. The medical devil's lettuce while I write them a note. So that's kind of a complex thing, right? So, personally, no, I will not, but I know a lot of people who would. And the reason why is weed is still federally illegal, and my ability to prescribe controlled drugs comes from both the government and the state. So if the government decides that they don't want to renew my license because I've been writing prescriptions for what they see as illegal drugs, then that pretty much ends my career. I can't really do anything. So, yeah. I need to go back to town and sell shit. I didn't realize my frickin'... Oh, shit. Well. Okay. Didn't realize my inventory was full. Bummer. Why does it take a month for you to see family medicine? Because they are heinously overworked and backed up. That's why. Because nobody wants to go into family medicine because it doesn't pay very well, and they're overworked. And round and round we go. Yeah, I can prescribe myself stuff. Technically, I can prescribe myself controlled meds, but that's one of those things that, you know, if you start doing that, people notice. So you don't really want to do that. Wow, that's spell cold damage. Okay. Alright. That's a really cool looking club. That's what she said. Word per second. I just have to spell damage. Man, that's a really terrible relic. Maybe I shouldn't have sold that. Give me that back. Oh, that doesn't give me anything useful. Yeah, I think I am kind of spitballing here. This is sort of loosely based on, like what I've heard people say, but I think a typical family practice clinic number is like 50. I mean, can you imagine seeing 50 patients a day? That's insanity. And then after that, you have to deal with, like, you know, people contacting you outside of the office to, like, ask questions about stuff, and... oh, man. No way, dude. No freaking way. Count me out. Strength int. Maybe we'll roll that. We'll try rolling that. Okay, try rolling that too. Roots of Vithrosal. What is this? No, that's a Spriggan thing. Okay, well, I'll hang on to that. I think this is realistically probably my only character that I'll make on this, server, but whatever. We'll hang on to it. Oh, a lot of armor on this, huh? Okay. Cool. Cool, cool. Melee damage, ward per second. Do I want to shatter that? Oh, you know what? I probably do, because it's got the LA resistance. House MD was not a realistic TV show. Not really. Who's gonna notice that you prescribe yourself meds? That sort of thing gets flagged, actually. Every state has a system, I guess you'd say. They have a computerized tracking system of who gets prescribed narcotics. That's sort of an offshoot of the pill mills of the, like, early 2000s. So they have a record of everyone who gets prescribed anything controlled. So if you do that, I'm sure there's some, like, flag that's like, hey, Dr. Milkman prescribed Dr. Milkman some oxycodone today. That's kind of fucked up. Let's keep an eye on that. Yeah, House was basically infectious disease, pretty much. That's the closest thing to what he did. No, I actually have a pretty good helmet, jeez. Shattering, shattering. House taught us all you need is an American accent and a lot of insults to be a doctor. Don't forget about the narcotics, man. You need to be fucking loaded to be a good doctor. Duh. Do I want to sell that? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use that, actually. Okay, let's craft you. Don't want minion damage, so presto changeo. Cold damage. Can I use that? I don't know that I can. Oh, spell crit is fabulous, but I have no forging potential now. Huh. I mean, I guess that's better than what I have. Let's see. 1547. Yes. Yes, it is. And guess what? You get to get shattered. Sweet. What is this song called? Damn it! The song is called, I'm not gonna skip backwards. No, I will. It was called Home by Blondify. And Void Poison. Okay. Am I wearing pants? You'll never know. What if I'm not? Would that change anything? What if I'm not the only one in the room? And I'm not wearing pants. Can I skip backwards in real life? I wish. That would be great. That sounds amazing. When I invent time travel, I'll let you know, man. Poison res, upgrade ethics. Oh, no forging potential, boo. Okay, still an upgrade. I will shatter that as well. Give me my crafting materials. Can I do a handstand? I could last I tried, but that was a while ago, and I'd been doing yoga for a while. So I don't know. Maybe. What is the freakiest porn I've ever watched? I don't know. I don't know that I've ever watched any really freaky porn, so sorry to disappoint. Would I pick a different specialty if I had a choice? Probably not, honestly. If I did have to pick one, it would probably be interventional cardiology, because it's very similar to what I do, like in terms of like you get shit done all the time. It's very procedural, hands-on kind of thing. Hours are terrible though, because you know anytime somebody has a heart attack, you're coming. You see tons of patients, but you also make $1 million, so that's kind of cool. What else? Maybe derm. Honestly, I might pick derm. Like, cause that's, there aren't a whole lot of, like, verticals in medicine. That is to say, like, your earning potential is pretty fixed after, you know, you, like, achieve partner in a group. But with derm, it's very easy to open your own business and just, like, grow. You know, you can grow as much as, you know, you're willing to, basically. Ward over time. Let's see. Grants you fire aura. That's probably not a terrible thing for a fire-based build to have. Let's do that. What's that look like? Oh, radius on that isn't great, but that's okay. Milkman pondering his foreign choices. Hey, man. I've had a lot of experience. If I didn't like my wife, would I pick neurosurgery? No chance in hell. I like myself too much to do that. No way. Dude, those neurosurgery residents get the freaking hell beat out of them. I did, so we had to do nights in the, neuro ICU. And I would just see the residents there at like 2 in the morning, just walking around. And they would either still be there or would already be there. They'd be like handing off to each other at 2 a.m. It's like, Jesus Christ, you people are insane. Like, neurosurgery is just a totally different breed, man. Those guys are fucking nuts from top to bottom. What's wrong? Nothing is wrong with neurosurgery. It just takes a crazy different type of person to do that. I mean, they worked, you know, 100 to 110 hours a week, every single week, for 7 years. I mean, just like push yourself to the brink of physical and mental exhaustion. You know, they have to publish. A lot of them have PhDs. Like a huge percentage of neurosurgery residents have PhDs. Let's go. That was a lot of dialogue. I'm glad I didn't stop to read it all. I do like the like patient, oh my god. The NPC portraits are really cool. They've updated them. They've updated the voice acting and stuff too. It's a good change. They're making a lot of progress in this game. Neurosurgeon on Insta has a Lamborghini and stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, they make a ton of money, but they don't ever get to use it. Like, I think the only reason that he has a car is he had his, like, servant go get one for him. Like, they always fucking work. Even in private practice, man, their hours are trash. They're always on call. you know, if you get called in, it's like a freaking 4-hour ordeal at least. Probably more like 6. Would I get an MBA? Yeah, absolutely. An MBA is a really good investment. For any profession, really, but especially for medicine, because everybody in medicine is a financial idiot, and so if you are not, you are, like, way ahead of the game, and can really take advantage of some prime situations. Because I am certainly not business savvy, but, like, I learned a whole lot when I did my business. So for anybody who doesn't know, I have a, like, a recreational IV and, like, Botox business. But yeah, when I was operating that, I've learned a lot really fast, because I am good with numbers, just not necessarily with business. And so I, like, operating that, I was like, oh shit, this all, like, makes a lot more sense now. I kinda get it. You guys, I'm just trying to pick up some idols. What the crap is wrong with you? Can a doctor afford a driver? I mean, probably some can. I mean, if that's a priority to you, then yeah, absolutely, you can make that happen. I mean, I have a bunch of hippie women coming in and out of my house taking care of my baby right now. It's really not much different. Kim Kardashian spoke at Harvard. Oh, I bet that was well received. Couldn't find if they waived the GMAT. Well, I mean, honestly, dude, if you're getting through, into and through med school, the GMAT really shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? Like, you're pretty well a standardized test expert if you're going into medical education, I would say. Would I fuck any of them? No, I would not. Can't trust anyone that associates with crazy people. Well, you guys better leave the stream real quick then. Or just don't be trusted. I guess that's an option too. Ah! They want a business resume for an MBA? I mean, that seems fair, right? It is a Master's of Business and Administration. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, hating math is probably not... Dude, this guy needs to chill the fuck out. Is that Yulia? No, Yulia needs to chill the fuck out. I mean, she's like turbo mode. She had her speed this morning. Can't figure out how to cook rice in a pot? Let's talk about that. So, you use... like 1.5 times the volume of rice in water. So like if you have 1 cup of rice, use 1.5 cups of water. That's it. You just cover it. Cover it after the water boils, use a little salt. That's it. Done. You just gotta watch it. Or just buy a rice cooker. or do that. Because like a decent rice cooker is like $30. Ouch. But yeah, if you're ultra cheap and using your, like, dollar store pots and pans, which, you know, you're a med student, you may be. You may be doing that. Whoa, ow. Hey, that wasn't cool. You do, but it doesn't work? Do you have, like, different water and rice than the rest of the world somehow? This is way cooler. This area, they redesigned this area. This is fucking much neater than it used to be. I like it. How do you do an MBA while in med school? I actually don't know how that works. You probably just take a year to do it. It's probably like a 5-year thing. Let's head back to Hyoboria. Yeah, but that's a pretty good value add, especially if you're wanting to do like administration stuff. That's a huge deal. Having an MBA is a really, really big deal. LE resistance, LE damage. I don't know if that's good enough. Do I want that or do I keep going with int and mana? Really int and mana, huh? They have it at U Chicago? A mid program like Jefferson, yeah. God. I mean, I think most places probably have that are associated with like a college, right? Like an undergrad institution, they probably have that. That's not what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. Trashing your at school. Hey man, it helps be realistic, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, don't care for those. Nope, nope, nope. Here, let me do that. Get a little sorting out of the way before we even start. Hey, melee elemental damage. Not gonna do that. Acolyte? No. Potion health converted to ward. Okay, well, I'll put that in. That's cool. Word per second, okay. Don't care. Rogue idol. I should at least look at those idols, I guess. Low damage for ballista. Meh. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, did that had some good mods on it, didn't it? Yeah, I'll shatter that. I need some percent health and some LE res. No. Nope. Hit, void damage, endurance threshold. Okay. Get some of those. Master's Public Health. Yeah, I think that's less useful. That is also a leg up if you're gonna do admin, but I think an MBA is way more useful because that also opens up like running your own business, which I think is really important because that's pretty much the only way that you're gonna like get ahead in medicine if you want to like break out of your you know, earnings cap yet still stay with medicine. That's pretty much the only way that's gonna happen. The sapphire tablet. Oh yeah, I never went back there. Oh well, whoops. Individualize your medicine to patients, but they're like, all right, we can't tell all of America the same thing. Yeah. Well, COVID was a total shit show though. Like I mean, it's an unprecedented situation, clearly, but the whole, like, changing regulations every week thing was, not good. Find a business partner with an MBA? Yeah. That's fair. But then you have to rely on somebody else to do all that stuff. And I mean, to be fair, like, if you have a successful business, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to be able to hold down some sort of clinical practice and manage that business well. Take it from somebody who has tried to do that. It's really hard. It is a lot of work. Dr. Fauci corrupt? No. No, he was just in an impossible situation. COVID not being a myth was controversial. Yeah, welcome to America, dude. Welcome to America. Well, hey, do you guys want to talk about malignant hyperthermia? Gucci brought that up in Discord, and that's actually kind of a cool topic. It's a really weird disease. So, as I mentioned earlier, it is like anesthesia specific. So there's nothing that causes it other than succinylcholine, which is a paralytic. And for those of you who have learned about this sort of thing, it's two acetylcholine molecules linked with an ester bond. And they split and like basically make your muscles contract out of control. Hello, Herat. What kind of blessing are you going to give me, Mr. Goat Deer guy? Give it to me. Give me your blessing. So yeah, it's succinylcholine and the three, well, we currently only use 3 anesthetic gases, which are sevoflurane, isoflurane, and desflurane. And those cause it as well. And I think, so I know halothane causes it, and I don't know, I'm sure there's some others that I am not familiar with and have never used that also cause it, but basically anesthetic gases and sucks are the only ones that cause it. So what it is it is basically a condition where you have a defective ryanodine receptor, which is a calcium channel receptor. So you basically have uncontrolled, like when you get those drugs, you have uncontrolled calcium influx into your cell, into your muscle cells, and so your muscles contract out of control, and like constantly. So why is that bad, you may ask? I recognize some of those words. They are words. They are in fact words. So basically it just, you have a calcium receptor problem and your muscles can't stop contracting. So again, why is that bad? Other than just like making you sore, which it will do, definitely. Basically, after a while, your muscles start to break down and literally will clog your kidneys with junk, with myoglobin specifically, like little molecular pieces of muscle that get into your kidneys and just gum them up and totally block them off. So that's one reason. The other reason is cells have a much different concentration of electrolytes than the rest, than like your blood, basically. Most troublingly, they have a shitload more potassium than your blood does. And so when you get a bunch of cells dying all at once, you get a lot of potassium into your blood, and that can shut your heart down. And that's real bad too, as you might imagine. Also, what happens when you exercise? You get hot, right? So metabolic activity releases energy. So if your entire, muscular system is constantly contracting, you are generating a ton of heat. So your body heats up, and once you reach about 105, 106 degrees, all your enzymes start malfunctioning a little bit. 106, they start malfunctioning a lot. And so you sort of end up in a vicious cycle where, you don't have enzyme function necessary for normal body function, and you can't regulate your temperature, and just everything goes to hell. So, yeah, so you get kidney failure, heart failure, basically everything failure if you get too hot. Also, in addition to that, you have lots of, pH problems and electrolyte imbalance, like I mentioned, and all that stuff. Does the brain also contract? It does. So your brain can definitely contract and swell, for sure, but that's usually more with sodium. And the concentration of sodium is a little bit higher in cells, but not quite. It's not the difference in potassium, intracellular and extracellular. But what am I going up here for? But yeah, your brain definitely can swell, for sure. Why is your heart shutting down? Because you have too much potassium, and you can't generate the action potentials that you need to make your heart beat. That's why. No, but why is it bad? Oh, I don't know. They told me that in med school. I just don't question it. Seems legit, though. So, the question is, what do you do about this? So first off, stop it from happening. There's 2 drugs that we have that, what is this song called? This is Time to Be by Jay Fletch. So you stop it from happening. So there's, Ryanodex and dantrolene are the 2 drugs that you can use to, basically stop this, muscular thing from happening. They are paralytics, interestingly enough. Being quizzed by my audience. That's kind of how this rolls, actually, man. That's how this stream is. But yeah, I am chilling, as you can probably tell. I'm just playing games, hanging out, talking about anesthesia. Because that's what's up. Why do we bother using gases instead of whiskey? Well, we used to do that with ether. And that didn't work super well because everybody barfed their guts out. that's not super fun for anybody. Or punch them really hard. Now that's a good idea. I mean, some of these people need a good punching. But yeah, so you stop the reaction from happening primarily, but you also have to treat the symptoms. So that means hydrate the living shit out of them, give them as much fluid as they can possibly take in, to one, cool them down. So you give them cooled fluids, so you cool their body down, and also to like flush their kidneys out. Like you literally flush all of the myoglobin through their kidneys, so it doesn't like clog them, which I think is actually pretty cool. And then, you know, you manage their electrolytes as necessary. So if you need to, like, get their potassium low, you can give them insulin and glucose. Now, that's a cool thing. You guys might not know about that. So a treatment for, like, acutely really high potassium is to give insulin to drive the potassium intracellular, but obviously that drives glucose intracellular as well. So you have to give them glucose. So you give insulin and glucose to lower somebody's potassium real quick. Surgeons punch out patients, their hands will be too swollen for the surgery. They just use hammers, man. That's what ortho's all about. That's why people are attracted to that specialty. Flush me out, daddy. Says the kidney? Sure. Out of 100 operations, how many would estimate require actual work by me? Not many, honestly. Probably 5. I am there for everybody going to sleep and waking up. I don't know, maybe it's more than 5. It's probably more like 10. Like 10% of surgeries require me to do something. You know, whether it's like make a call, you know, on the fly to like help somebody, or, you know, get involved like unexpectedly, that is. So I interpreted that question to be like unexpectedly have to do something, because there are a lot of cases where I go in and place lines. That's sort of the culture at my hospital, is like the doctors go in and put in like central lines or arterial lines or stuff. You know, the like anything more advanced than just like regular airway placement is something the docs do, and that's not always the case, but we do that. So to unexpectedly have to do something is probably 10%. How many bananas can you safely eat without being potassium murdered? So banana has about 10 milliequivalents of potassium in it. So, and for a little like napkin math, basically every 10 milliequivalents raise your potassium by 0.1. So normal potassium is between like 3.5 and 5. So if you had, you know, if you were right in the middle of that range and you had like 20 bananas, you'd probably be in the 6s. Low 6s is not great. Like, you're not at like a huge risk for arrhythmia, but you're getting there. you're definitely getting there. And too much, like 6.5, like mid 6s is probably bad. That's dangerous. How do you know how much potassium is in a banana? Well, oddly enough, I do this professionally, believe it or not. I do sort of have to know, like, what's going on. 442 milligrams. Yeah, so I don't remember how much, how many milligrams, milliequivalents, milligrams for potassium, and it's different for everything. Potassium. There we go, 39. So yeah, boom. It's like 11. It's weird. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Almost. But if you eat giant bananas like cockroach. As usual, a cockroach is in a special class. Oh, goodness. I love you guys. Did you know that? I hope you know that. Makes my freaking day. Every time. Every damn time. But yeah, bananas. 10 mil equivalents of potassium. You heard it here first. I got you. What about plantains? I don't know about plantains. The superior banana, in my opinion. It's so delicious when fried. I mean, I guess we're already here, right? Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Plantains have lots of potassium, huh? One medium plantain. Hope I'm saving for your graduation gift. Fuck that, man. I'm saving in my belly button. There's some lint for you. I'll mail it to you. Need a banana fritter? Sounds delicious. Fritters were poison. That's kind of crazy, though. That's a lot, right? This is like... So what would that be, like 30-something mil equivalents? Jeez. That's a fair bit, man. That is a fair bit. Have I changed anything major in my life when I learned about it in med school? Oh. No. Not really. So I've always been, like, lifestyle-wise pretty healthy. Like, I overeat for sure. But, like, I've always gone to the gym a lot, exercised a lot, been very active. I would say that one thing that stands out as something that, like, it didn't really change what I did, but sort of cemented behaviors, was, my nephrology rotation. That was my first rotation of residency. Like, seeing all these people with, like, crapped out kidneys on dialysis, I was like, wow, this is fucking terrible. I never want my kidneys to fail. So, I drink a ton of water. I've always drank a ton of water, but that's, like, I think of that and remember that as, like, the reason why I drink a lot of water. How many American flags do I own? Not enough. You can never own enough American flags. I should have one basically covering every wall, I think. But my patriotism is sorely lacking, unfortunately. Why water and not milk? Because I don't want to vomit. And milk is not 100% water, it's true. Give me that. Yes, facts. Spitting facts, Grace Nail. Get out of here! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Jesus. That guy took a licking and kept on ticking. 50% seed and 50% weed. American flags are the sign of true patriotism, it's true. And I forgot my flag pin tonight, too. When was that an issue? Was that Obama? That, like, they gave a whole bunch of shit for not wearing a flag pin to, like, a debate or something? It's ridiculous. I can't remember. Yeah, and welcome back to the stream, by the way. Thank you for coming. How many Ukrainian flags do I own? Every American flag that I have has a Ukrainian flag on the back. Because I hate those Russian commie bastards. Just kidding. By the way, just kidding. Has anyone told me I look like Zelensky? That would be a first. But, Zelensky is a big dick motherfucker these days, so I'll take that as a compliment. Was it before or after giving Obama shit for being a Muslim? Dude, so let me tell you about one of my very telling events in med school, actually. So, as I mentioned earlier, I went to med school in Arkansas, and there was this girl that I was like I just kind of coincidentally sat next to her, and so keep in mind that at this point I did not understand the, like, cultural dynamic in Arkansas where you get married when you're 15 years old and have babies continuously thereafter. So I did not understand that most of the girls in my class were not, in fact, single and had been married for quite some time. So anyway, I was hitting on this girl, and she had no idea. And then she, because I'm an idiot, you know, mostly, but like we were just kind of like talking, and she was like, you know, like I really like Obama, and you know, I agree with a lot of the things that he says, but I could just never vote for a Muslim. I was like, cool, and I'm done talking to you forever. That's perfect. I'll see you later. Nice to meet you. You just drink maple syrup at every dinner? That's awesome. That's way better than a flag pin, dude. Maybe I should move to Canada. How do I hit on girls? Not well. Not well at all. Oh yeah, the convoy protests. You just ride your moose into town and block up the highways. Can't tell if joking or not. That makes it even funnier. You dropped all your broccoli. Oh, that is a tragedy. Well, now you get to eat hairy broccoli. It's still healthy. Extra fiber. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Smoke the broccoli? That doesn't sound like a good idea. Unless you're talking about putting it on a smoker, and then that sounds like a very creative idea. I would very much... God, man. Every time I think about it, I need to get a freaking pellet smoker so I can do shit like that. Because my smoker just takes way too much effort to fire up. I mean, it works great, and I love it, but, like, I don't really want an hour of prep time to smoke something for 20 minutes, you know? Yeah, dude, you did fail that 5-second rule. Amen. I agree. That's a broccoli foul right there. Maybe you subliminally dropped that on the floor because you didn't want to eat it anyway. My preferred doneness on the steak? The only correct answer to that is medium rare. Or rare, depending on what the cut is, I suppose. Stop being broke and buy one. I'm so broke, though. I just had a child. They are expensive. And I like nice shit, too. That is also expensive. So you're saying that I could stop buying nice shit so I can buy other nice shit. I like where you're going with this. Yes, only correct way to cook a steak is medium rare. Amen. I agree. You literally shaved your pubes on the ground where you dropped it? What? What? Okay, so so many questions about this. So, you're in a place where you're watching a stream. Does that mean that you shave your pubes at your desktop computer? What? What? Oh my god. Have I have an A5 Wagyu? No, I haven't. Actually, I've not. But dude, I tell you what, living in the Midwest, I forget how good the meat is here. Like when I go to other places, like generally I try to eat, like when I vacation, I try to go and eat like whatever's local. But you know, every now and then I'll have like, you know, some sort of meat, wherever I go, and it's like it is just not the same. The meat in the Midwest is way freaking better than pretty much everywhere else. It's because I can like basically walk outside and slaughter a cow and slap it on my table and be good to go. You know, it doesn't get any fresher. You live in a studio, so everything's close together. Like, guys, nobody eat dinner at Gucci's house because there's gonna be pubes in it. Just fair warning. I mean, unless you like that sort of thing, and then by all means. Do not boil your vegetables like they're pasta. Yeah, I agree, dude. Yeah, we're very bad about overcooking the shit out of vegetables and making them terrible. That's gotta be someone's fetish. Dude, and that person is probably in this chat. Knowing how things here usually go. That's just par for the course. I feel attacked. Dude, you totally just outed yourself. You realize that, right? I was gonna be nice and not name names. I can't even with you guys. I cannot even handle this shit. Oh, damn it. Hey, why is this not lighting up? Give me my waypoint, you jerk. Okay, whatever. We tried waxing your pubic hair. That doesn't sound fun. So I'll tell you what's awesome is chloroprep on the balls. That is an experience, guys. When you walk down vasectomy lane, you will know my pain. You will know. Oh, what's chloroprep, you may ask? It is the shit that they paint on you to sterilize you for surgery, by the way. And it stings. Just a little. Stat buff duration. Let's get some armor. I like armor. Okay, now here's the question. What do I do with this? Large explosion at the end of the duration. But that's gonna take 1, 2, 3 points. Should be a lot of orb damage. No manscaping. No manscaping for the cockroach princess. Maybe I go over here and increase my shrapnel damage. Stun chance is a definite yes, so let's just do that. Will that leave me enough points to go here, though? It will, actually. We'll do 1, 2. Do I want to do that, or do I want lots of orb damage and shrapnel frequency? Decisions. Yeah, I'll try the explosion and see what happens. Okay, cool. Vasectomy is a scam? Dude, I sure fucking hope not. Because I got. If that's the case. Why would anyone risk surgery to not wear one? Because they're a lot more effective than condoms. It's also probably cheaper when you consider a lifetime. My insurance covered mine. That's why. Which is kind of surprising. Like, I guess insurance companies are like, oh, you're not having any more babies? Hell yeah. Yeah, we will absolutely cover that. We don't like Condom Zero. God. Oh, God. Oh man. Yeah, that's a weird experience. Wash my clothes if you've left. Oh my god, what the hell? Is this turning into like some like fringe OnlyFans channel or something? What the hell is wrong with you guys? Well, I mean, you know, like a sex lifetime. You know, like I've heard that women exist. I think I have children, at least that's what they say. I'm told that they are mine, and that I had something to do with it, beyond just paying for them. Oh my god. Damage not quite where I need it to be, even though they're biracial. No way, man, they're just like, they just have an olive skin tone. It's fine. It's totally fine. So one of the things that you will come to both enjoy and dread is people in the OB ward having unexpected babies, because that totally happens. Where, you know, baby is not quite the right color. Absolutely freaking happens. So get ready for that. pull-out couch method. Nice. God. Classy, guys, classy. For the 1 or 2 times you do get it, it's... Dude, med students are lusty, man. You will see. There is much stress to be relieved. It is prime time. Would it be appropriate to... Oh yeah, hell yeah. Dude, you gotta watch the Jerry Springer. I mean, it's like better than Jerry Springer. I mean, Jerry Springer only dreams of these situations. I've seen surrogates decide to keep their babies before. I've only seen that once, actually. But that's super fucked up. And also adopted mothers. Like, they'll have, like, the family in the room, the adoptive family, and then the mom is like, yeah, actually, I'm gonna keep the baby. That's, like, devastating. It's so bad. Dude, no, I am not an OB-GYN. I'm anesthesia, so I'm involved in all of that stuff, but... you know, you have to get trained in OB and stuff during med school. But most women these days in the US get epidurals. I don't know what the percentages are, but it's a lot. I would say over 80% of women, just off the top of my head, if I had to guess, which I do. I'd say over 80% of women get epidurals. So I'm up there, and I hear all the stories and see all the crazy shit happening. And welcome to the stream, by the way. Good to see you. Always nice to have a new face. When do bio males get epidurals? You can have an epidural for lots of stuff, actually. People think of it as just for, like, labor. But you can have it basically for any, like, thoracic or abdominal or, like, lower body surgery. Like, anything that's, like, chest or below, you can have an epidural for. And actually, it's awesome. There's, like, lots of really, really good evidence that people who have, like, bowel surgery, like, they have better pain control, they get up and walk sooner, like, they have better mobility, and they spend less time in the hospital. Like, it's a super good technique. My residency? Yeah, I've been in practice for 6.5 years. I'm actually, like, halfway through recertifying, which is not super fun. Because in anesthesia, you have 10 years to recert, and, like, you have, like, a 5-year checkpoint. And I just went through that. So that was great. Can you get epidurals recreationally? That sounds extremely unsafe. I guess you could technically do that, but, yeah, not a great plan. Yeah, Mocha 10-year boards. Yep. That's me. How about yourself, man? Where are you in this process? It sounds like you are familiar with medical education in some capacity. Not all anesthesiologists are board certified. Well, yeah. I mean, that's true for every specialty. What do you recommend for wisdom teeth removal? Pliers. And a nice scotch. Actually, really shitty scotch. The shittier the better. And a lot of it. So I guess the waypoints aren't lighting up? What is that, a bug? Can I go to this one? Let's see. Silly test servers. Cheapest vodka, that's true. Dude, so I live, like, 45 minutes from Weston, Missouri, which is where the McCormick distillery is. And back in high school, a handle of McCormick vodka was like $6. It was awesome. You can get like 4 people absolutely plastered for $6. Yeah, just go to an oral surgeon, man. It's no big deal. I remember enjoying my wisdom teeth removal quite a lot. Because they gave me a ton of Percocets for some reason. And I was like, well, I guess I'll take one of these and see what it's like. And I was like, oh, look, I'm fucking high. Okay, cool. That's okay. It's like, I don't give a shit about anything. Hey, Mooney, what's up, man? Waiting for match day? What are you matching in, dude? Have you guys submitted your rank list yet? That's later in February, isn't it? Or it's coming up. That's probably coming up real soon. Why did I take Percocet? Because I got my wisdom teeth out. Yeah, when do match lists go in? 10 tours in the military, 23 years of active duty. Wow, that's the shitload. Yeah, that sounds like a good time to retire, man. But fortunately, the military retirement is baller, and it's 20. The government, like, so I looked into working for the VA, and I don't remember all the retirement stuff, but it's like 20 years till you're, like, basically at your max, right? Or is it 25? Can't remember. Anesthesia? Yeah, cool, man. Versed ketamine does well for wisdom teeth. I mean, there's not much that the Versed ketamine combo does not go well for, in my opinion. Freaking love me some ketamine. It's one of my favorite drugs. Got a pissed off mom? Ketamine. Pissed off person in PACU? Ketamine. Chronic pain? Ketamine. Do it. Somebody's unstable? Ketamine. Do you just say fuck when you have to work on a redhead? Yeah, and I empty my freaking clip of random anesthetic drugs and just hope it works. Fourth year med school ketamine, absolutely. Just be in your K-hole for the next 6 months, man. Residency will start eventually. You don't have to sober up till then, it's fine. And yeah, cocaine, I actually, like, cocaine is super nice for nasal intubations, actually. Because it's, like, both a really good anesthetic and a vasoconstrictor. So, like, you know, when you're jamming a piece of PVC in somebody's nose, like, it's really nice to not have a giant bloody mess everywhere. And, you know, cocaine solves that in one drug. It's fucking sweet. Everybody looks at you super weird when you request cocaine from the pharmacy, but, I mean, it's totally legit. Like, it works super well. Redheaded patient has a higher tolerance for anesthetics. Yeah, that's documented, actually. I think it's, like, God, what is it? The melanocortin gene? But yeah, it's I think, like, population-wide, it's like 20% more-ish. So it's like a pretty substantial amount more. Is it spray cocaine? No, it's either, like, Toy Turtle said, it's either pledgets, like little pieces of gauze, basically, that you stick in somebody's nose, or you just, like, use a cotton swab and put it up there. That's what I do. I use a cotton swab and, like, push it progressively farther back their nose. So I'll, like, swab the entrance, like, get as far as I can without them, like, you know, freaking out and not tolerating it, and wait, you know, a couple minutes, and then I'll do it again, and do it again, do it again. It's pretty awesome. I really, like, when I nasally intubate someone, especially if it's awake, like, if you have to nasally intubate somebody awake, cocaine is great. And yes, you can place breathing tubes in people while they are awake. Before anybody asks. In fact, we did that Friday? Twice, actually. And the same guy. Shoving cocaine is, in fact, a good time. Shoving cocaine in someone's nose is definitely a good time. Why? Where is that pointing me to? What are you wanting me to do? Enter Leo's tower. Okay, well, I will do that after I go to Thedema. Do you automatically assume they have a higher tolerance? I mean, yeah, basically. There's not really, like, generally, I'll just give them a normal dose, and if that's not working, I'll just give them more. Because you can always add more. You can't take it away, though. Right? I do not necessarily treat all redheads as though they have a higher tolerance, but I kind of, like, you know, you see it coming, right? You understand that that's likely something that's going to happen. They flew a flag at the Pentagon for you? Wow. That and a tube and a laryngoscope. Nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's good shit, man. So are you retiring, like, imminently? I am jealous as hell. I wish that was me. Not so jealous of the shoulder stuff, but jealous of the retirement, 100%. One of my partners is retiring in 2 months, and he is like, dude, he is so fucking checked out. Like, he's, you know, he's still providing good care and stuff, but he's just like, I'm so done. I need to leave. I'm pretty close to retirement. Yeah, super close. I'm probably about 20 plus years away. An exit delivery? Oh, dude, I do not like exit deliveries. Okay, does anybody know what an exit delivery is? If you do, I will be surprised. Go to surgery in 10 days? Nice. Very nice. Yeah, shoulder injuries suck, man. There's just no way around that. The person's delivering is OB related. So an exit procedure is, long story short, it's like a C-section where they partially take the baby out. So you do it for like when you anticipate that the baby's gonna have some sort of like airway anomaly and they're not gonna be able to breathe. So, there might be other reasons, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Anyway, they like partially deliver the baby, so they kind of like pop the head out in the C-section, and they intubate the baby while it's still got placental blood flow, so it doesn't have to breathe. Basically, it's getting oxygenated from, you know, maternal circulation. So they intubate the baby while it's still connected to mom, and then they deliver the baby. It is some seriously crazy shit. This is like weird-ass sci-fi nonsense that actually happens. Babies do not breathe. How would they breathe? How long can a baby stay connected to the placenta outside the womb? Not super long. I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you. But, like, all of the, like, blood vessels and stuff in the placenta will atrophy. And, like, vasospasm, and the placenta comes off after a little while. Instead of using it after using teleport, yeah, nope. Nope. Be so scared if that was your baby? Yes. Yeah, it's terrifying. That is not a fun thing to do. I do not enjoy doing that at all. Wow, that's a good wand. Ah, I'm gonna keep that. Cast speed, necro damage. We gotta change that necromantic damage, don't we? Let's see. Hopefully, this will turn into something I like. Like elemental damage, for instance. That was fucking awesome. Okay. And we have a new wand. Sweet. Oh, that was sexy. I don't really want freeze multi. Cool. I'll take that. My favorite BJ technique. I can't go anywhere with you guys. Can they use their lungs to breathe through the placenta at the same time? I mean, I guess they don't. I mean, they're not breathing through the placenta, but yeah, central line, A line. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So the thing about exit deliveries is you've got to be like, so you have to have the mom under general anesthesia, and basically everything that you use for general anesthesia, this is kind of oversimplifying a little bit, but everything you use like relaxes the uterus, and a relaxed pregnant uterus is a bad fucking thing. Because it bleeds. Uteruses bleed a lot. So you have to, but you want the uterus to be relaxed so it doesn't clamp the placenta off and kill the baby, right? So you have to like get the uterus like maximally relaxed so you have like as much time as possible to get the airway secured in this baby, and then all of a sudden just like totally reverse course and clamp the uterus down so the mom doesn't bleed to death. One of your anesthesia techs took viscous lidocaine? Give it Wow. Well, that's creative. That is super creative. It's a good idea. Makes me very glad that I have an account with McKesson. That is hilarious. What a great thing to get fired for, though. You know, honestly, like, if you're gonna get fired, like, make it something like that. Seriously. You're like, yeah, I have no regrets. It's totally fucking worth it. Let me write up the case study. Can you imagine submitting that? Yeah, so exit procedures, not fun. Damn it, Cheese Dude, what's up, man? How long the multiplayer is going to last for last Epoch? I heard 10 days. Let's Google it. I heard it's 10 days, and I think it started Wednesday. Maybe Thursday. Let's see. But yeah, this is in fact a test server that will be essentially wiped after cut off after this round of testing is done. But I mean, if we're lucky, then it will last until March 9th when they have the patch come out. He said he watched you do lots of awake to intubations, so he figured what a great idea. Hey man, at least he's paying attention. That's an A+ student right there. Vortex pennant. No. Yeah, I don't know the answer. Does anybody else know the answer when this when the multiplayer thing cuts off? Because I don't know for sure. Like I said, I heard 10 days. But I don't clearly have no evidence to back that statement up with. So take that for what it's worth. Crit chance. Yeah, we'll shatter that. I need those things. Endurance threshold, please. Void pin. Okay. March 10th is when it opens to the public. Oh, I thought the patch came out March 9th. I mean, whatever, but I guess that doesn't make much of a difference. But yeah, I was under the impression that this, like, open beta test, or, well, semi-open beta test thing was, like, temporary. Do I want to keep that? Yeah, I probably want to just stick that in my stash. That's pretty good. Found the meteor belt? Oh, nice. Yeah, I would totally do that. The meteor belt's super cool. I think if I do find that, I might pivot. I really like Volcanic Orb. I've made a build with it previously, but I did Frozen Orb, and it was great. It was super, super good. Oh, thanks for the bits, dude. That's super cool, man. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Making a splash. You found this game today, so you're watching it? Oh, this game's awesome, dude. Last Epoch is fantastic. Definitely worth the cash, in my opinion. I think it's like 30 bucks and... oh, thanks for following, too. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's totally worth 30 bucks. It gets... And it's... The thing that I like about it is it's a passion project, and you can really tell. Like, the developers are all about it. They're huge ARPG nerds, and I think they understand the genre. Like, they get it. They know what should go into a good ARPG. And they're really working hard to get it there. Do I make a big splash in waves? Yes, because I'm a fat ass. Yeah, the crafting in this game is great. It's like, so for somebody like me who, you know, like, I get into it, like, I tend to know a lot about the games because I've got a lot of time to, like, read, but not necessarily a whole lot of time to play it. Like, thinking about stuff is awesome. Like, making plans and all that, and actually being able to execute them is really good. Like, Path of Exile is probably my main game, but it's just so complicated, and like the chances of me ever like making my own stuff in Path of Exile are like basically zero for in-game viable items. But here, there's no trading, and it's like super easy, very straightforward. Everything has 4 mods at most. All of the crafting stuff is really self-explanatory and deterministic. Like, I freaking love it. It's awesome. Don't do a lot of trauma coverage. I do not. I work in a like, not really rural. I'm sort of like on the edge of the Kansas City metro area, in a kind of medium-sized community hospital. I think we're like 160 beds or something like that. So we are technically a level 2 center, but we get very little trauma because there's a level 1 trauma center that's like a 10-minute drive down the highway. So pretty much everything goes there, unless it just like happens right on our doorstep. And we also don't go to any codes, or intubations or anything like that, unless we're like specifically asked to be there, which very rarely happens. I would say that happens maybe twice a month, something like that. We got a pretty good gig. The only downside is we do all our own OB, so we don't have mid-levels doing OB. Do I miss level 1 trauma? Absolutely fucking not. I hate trauma. Because it's just a lot of stress, and there's... So, trauma seems like it would be, like, really cerebral, but really it's just a volume game. Like, all you do is just, like, slam blood and pressors in somebody and hope they stabilize. That's pretty much it. I mean, obviously there's a little bit more to it than that, but it's really, like... It's not fun, and it just happens at all hours. And, you know... Usually, the really bad shit happens late at night. You get paid more to practice in rural settings? Yes, you do. Yes, you certainly do. I mean, I've showed the gaswork, like, salaries and stuff. There's plenty of jobs. I'm actually currently getting hardcore spammed by recruiters for a job in central Kansas. And I don't know what it pays, but comparable jobs pay, like, $700 to $750. Like, with W-2, as W-2 income. Because nobody wants to be in central Kansas. It's a shithole. Can you look at the salaries? Yeah, I'll bring them up. Hang on, let me make sure I'm not going to get waxed here. There we go. Shit, what is it? Gaswork. Yeah. People don't realize the frequency of PTSD from over and over exposure to all the bad crap. Dude, I definitely had that in residency. I was burning out pretty hard from seeing bad outcomes all the time. No lie. Like, you just see people, like, suffer and just, you know, die constantly. It's really fucked up. It gets in your head. So that's definitely something to consider when you, yeah, see? 600k base salary, bread and butter cases, no hearts. New grads welcome. So $650,000 for a new grad. That is nuts. Yeah, here's another one. That might be the same job. You're in construction, there's such a big shortage on young skilled labor. Dude, yes. So we had our furnace go out. It was -6 degrees here, and the drainage from our furnace, like the condensation drainage, froze, and so it like backed up into the furnace and fried all our shit, basically. And the guys that we got to come out, because this was 2 days before Christmas, of course. The guys that we got to come out were a couple young dudes who actually both went to business school. They have business undergrad educations, but one is a master plumber and the other does like HVAC and what else did he do? Something else. Electrical. He does electrical too. And they were like, yeah, we just like see this hole in the market where, you know, smart, talented people aren't going into these trades anymore. And they're like, we're gonna open this business and fucking crush it. And they are. They have way more business than they can possibly handle. And it's just like two dudes. It's a small, like, local startup. And they did a great job. They charged a reasonable price, you know, like, and they're just, you know, hammering down business. If you're a sociopath, are you less prone to trauma? I mean, probably, honestly. I don't know the answer to that. I would say yes, if I have to guess. I'm not a psychology expert, though.
Pretty good results, actually.
But yeah, it's a shame that, like, people aren't getting into trades, you know, like welding and all that sort of stuff. That's really lucrative. But everybody's just encouraged to, like, you gotta go through college. Which, I mean, I think you should, because I think a college education will, like, really help you. We were kind of talking about whether people should get MBAs, like, when you're in medicine, and I think, in my opinion, the answer is yes, because doctors are business idiots. Because we don't do anything other than just, like, science, 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 to, like, the exclusion of all else. And I feel like that's... like, an MBA is useful because you don't really get that necessarily, except for, like, you know, in the School of Hard Knocks, if you just go straight into a trade. But, you know, if you go get some sort of, like, econ education or, you know, whatever else, like, that's going to do you a lot of good. And then you go into your trade and you're, like, leagues ahead because nobody else has that. You know, so if you're, like, a reliable, talented, conscientious worker, man, you're going to crush it. If you were an interventional cardiologist, you'd call yourself a plumber. I mean, dude, I got news for you. As an anesthesiologist, that is pretty much what you're doing. People are just complicated plumbing. And sometimes not really even that complicated. Like, are they empty? Well, then you should fill them up. You need more water pressure. Oh my god, there's so much shit going on the street. I'm trying to read chat, but I can't because I'm dying. Oh god. Oh god, oh god. That's a big ass crab. Eat a volcanic orb, sir. Hard part is the tech art, and the food answer is don't fuck up. Yes. There's a GI job website? I don't know. I don't know websites for any other specialty, actually. Why go into welding? Have cancer risk? Well, dude, hospitals have tons of radiation. Did you not know this? Like, even if you're not necessarily in radiology, you're exposed to much higher doses of radiation than, like, the general population is. Just from, like, all the shit going on there. I came from Tabletop? Hell yeah. That place is amazing, dude. That is my favorite store. So if anybody ever comes to Kansas City and wants to game, go to Tabletop Game and Hobby. It is literally the best game store I've ever been to. The whole staff there is super nice and helpful and knowledgeable. They have an amazing selection, and they have a goddamn bar attached to the store. Like, how awesome is that? And free-to-play space. Tons of free-to-play space. Sometimes being in flyover country is a really, really good thing. Because land is cheap. Oh yeah, I forgot the early match. Yeah, did anybody match good? You know what? Never mind. Yeah, like, it's good. This is better. This is better. It's okay. They used to have a six-toed cat. I guess I should go talk to that guy. I just ran right by that dude. Bummer. Oh. Avoid ever going to hospitals because it's radioactive? Yes. When you get hired at one, don't go. Don't ever go there. If you matched an op though, wow, good, cool. That gives me hope for the universe. What's up, man? Oh, did I already talk to him? Okay. Let's go this way. The Strand of Storms. What am I printing behind you? A trophy. Yeah, it's the only thing, like, I've had a lot of trouble getting my 3D printer to work. But I think I've narrowed it down to the fact that the stuff I was trying to print, like, warped, and the print head hit it and, like, knocked it off the base. So, I'm trying to print things that aren't quite, that are, like, taller than they are wide. You know, don't require the print head to, like, move back and forth quite as much. Yes, I've used the 3D printer. I've printed another trophy. It's the only thing I've successfully printed. And this one is slightly different. Give me that. The head needs to back. Yep, the head needs to move back and forth. That is true. It's very important. If it had balls, I would cup them. Have it tall, not wide. I don't know, man. Not necessarily. I mean, in this case, yes, but, you know. Let's go see. He knows. Alright, you guys. You need to die. You die, and you die. Ow, or I could die. That's good, too. Oh my god, there's so much crap here. Focus! Give me my mana back! Can you get the prostate easier if it's longer? This is getting real weird. God. You guys! You guys. So silly. Such kidders. Man, lots of new people in chat tonight. You guys are picking a great time to give the best of the stream to everybody. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So you guys, like, there's another anesthesiologist in this chat now. Like, gotta, like, button your pants up. Nothing about a UK case is known as what in the butt. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So my favorite stream, we were talking about this last time, actually. My favorite stream that I've ever done was talking about things that people have put in their butts that we've had to go and pull out. We had one dude in town who was, like, sort of, like, hospital shopping, I guess you would say. I don't know if that's the right term, but, like, basically he was just putting all sorts of random stuff in his butt. And, like, he was going to hospitals all over the city. Like, I guess he was trying to get high, but all he got, like, he was just getting colonoscopies every time, so he was just getting propofol. So, I don't know. I don't know what the motivation was there. But anyway, my personal favorite thing that he put up there was a, like, series of golf balls. And honorable mention was, like, dozens of gloves. Like, individual nitrile gloves. Just put them in there, like, not in a whole wad, like, one at a time. You know? So he, like, sat there and put dozens of gloves in his butt. It's like, dude, okay. Never drink a mini Coke again? Yeah. Yeah, hamsters in the butt. I've seen a couple hamsters. One of those people who had to go to the hospital because of a razor blade? Yikes. Oh, it wasn't your butt? Yeah, well, good. Good for you. Happy to hear that. Happy to hear your butt is razor blade free. Dozen golf balls in a tube sock? Nice. Yeah, no, this guy's golf balls were individual. We had to pull them out separately. That was fun. I mean, he gets creative. You gotta give him points. Black hole. Yeah, I'll stick with what I got. I also saw a, like, 70-something-year-old dude put a, like, arm-sized carrot. It's the biggest damn carrot I've ever seen. Put an arm-sized carrot all the way up his butt. Crazy shit, man. People are, like, just have way too much time on their hands. Like, how do you think this shit up? Let's go, carrot butt. I mean, dude. I'm not judging, but generally anything that lands you in the hospital is probably a bad idea. Just saying. That's a pretty good rule of thumb, or rule of butt. Vibrator still on? Yes. Yeah, that's a good one. It's always sort of a tough one to explain, right? I just turned it on and fell on it. It's so weird. It just happened. I don't know. Level 50. You gonna shove something in your butt being near the hospital? Sounds like a smart decision. It does. 911, it happened again. I don't know. I just fell on my vibrator. Because that happens. Alright, now the waypoints are lighting up. Wonder if that was like a tile set thing. I don't use carrots too pointy. But they are ridged. I mean, give and take, right? They're ribbed for his comfort. Cucumbers are way better. What movie was that? Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead? Where they have the discussion about every woman should have a cucumber. Super awkward. I was on my way to church at 2 in the morning. Yeah, people come in. Yeah, these are all reasons that I do not miss trauma. You just deal with like the shittiest people ever. Hello, crew member. Hey, you're supposed to get caught in my volcanic orb. Stop it. You need to die. There we go. Sprig and branch of sleet. Alright. Would you consider returning? Alright. Crab mucus. Did I get a... Oh, that's fancy. Let's put some focus up in here. Okay. Mana efficiency. That's probably not super important. More firework damage. Haste while flame ward is active. Now I have to have 4 points in that. Probably just get more ward. Alright, focus. You need to give me lots of mana regeneration, please. What's this? Focus has a longer cooldown. Yep, that'll do. That will do. Haste after channeling? Yep. Cool. Rock and roll, baby. How often am I streaming? Well, so recently things have been a bit rocky because I have a 2-month-old, so my schedule has been off. But normally schedule is 8 p.m. Wednesday and Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time, that is. Wednesday and Sunday, till usually 10, but sometimes a little longer. If I have a good audience, like you guys. Rutabaga. Oh wait, I didn't go find all that guy's crab mucus. Fuck. Read a book on the tattoos you've seen? Yes. So my favorite OB tattoo was in residency. And I walked in and, you know, I'm like getting this girl ready. And, you know, of course it's like this giant, like 350-pound chick. And my attending was this guy who dresses up as Santa Claus every year. He's just like this old grizzled vet, like, you know, seen it all, been doing everything, doesn't get surprised by anything, like, you know, can resuscitate somebody that has, like, you know, not a popcorn fart of blood left in him. So he walks in the room, and it's like 3 in the morning, and I was like, hey, check this out. And he comes back, and he's just like, ah, and just walks out of the room. So if you're familiar with academic medicine, you're not really supposed to do that. He's like, you're supposed to stay there and like watch your resident do it. But he was like, ah, it's fucking ridiculous. So this girl had a, like, you know, a couple like Skittles, and across the, like, the top of the Skittles, it said, taste her name, Rainbow. It's like, oh god. This is heinous. Don't let the resident call the large needle the harpoon. Yeah, I saved that for myself. I call it the harpoon. So for reference, for anybody, for those of you unfamiliar with epidurals, like a healthy, you know, like skinny person, your epidural space is at like 5 centimeters deep, basically, under your skin. The needle, a standard needle that you use to do an epidural is 9 centimeters deep. Some people require needles that are longer than 9 centimeters. For them, you use the harpoon. That is a big fucking needle, by the way. I think they're 15 centimeters? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's like 6 inches. Like, can you imagine being so fat that you have 4 extra inches of fat on your spine? I mean, damn. Do I want any of these things? Frostbound shield or acceptor. That seems good. Lots of spell damage. Nah, good. That's kind of hot. Oh god. Hey, I mean, to each his own, right? Like, these people got pregnant somehow. As we say, OB teaches us that there is someone for everyone. Movement speed, cold res. That's good. That is good. Perhaps I can craft you your 7 intelligence boots. Come here. Come here, my pretties. What the hell am I supposed to be doing here? I thought I was supposed to pick up all those, like, little scraps of shit. Oh, they're there. Clearly, I'm not looking very hard for them. Just find the crack of the ass, sign of the cross. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes they have, like, you might get lucky and they're so fat that their fat actually kind of, like, pulls away from their spine and outlines midline for you. Like, they kind of, they pass really fat and they have, like, progressed into catastrophically yet helpfully fat. I'm single, so don't feel bad. That's awesome. That is hilarious. Wait, does it? Oh, okay, there's the count. I was like, I swear I'm picking these things up. Looking for a sugar baby. Hilarious! Dude, we're making love connections here. I mean, or platonic connections. Sorry. I don't know how this works. Don't at me. Armor pull intelligence? 3 per point. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's hot. Yeah, we'll just keep going there. Cool. Birch wand of freezing. A. Nope. Don't want that. It's on a tongue blade between incoming fire. Ooh, uh-oh. Yuck. That's fucking awesome. That is the most hardcore vasectomy I've ever heard. Beats the shit out of mine, for sure. That means that they were under fire and he got a vasectomy just like, with like no anesthetic. The surgeon just like fucking raw dogged it, man. That's hardcore, dude. A+. Man, I'm glad you stopped by just for that story. That is baller. That is so cool. Yeah, I rolled around with some frozen peas for a while. That was very helpful. Dude, why not? You know that people in Iraq have sex too, right? That does happen. That's something that does happen outside of the US. Sex exists. You might not have gotten to that part of med school yet, but, you know, just saying. Do they? I mean, I think so. I guess I don't have documented proof of this. Maybe just to conceive. It's all in vitro. Outside of the US, it's all in vitro. Nobody actually gets it on. Give me my mana. Man, focus is pretty nice. With a bunch of points in mana. Fuck. Super cool. That's a very large quality of life improvement. Alright, where are those freaking crab eggs? 10 combat tours is a lot, dude. Let's see, a text from the wife. Am I being summoned? We will see. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, try again. Would you please pick up the freaking eggs? What the fuck? There we go. Can I get you a drink? Yes, I can. Wow, big one. What's up, man? See no point until the official multi is released? Oh, dude. I mean, I'm having a blast. I think it's. I just wanted to try out all the like new, you know, fun stuff. I'm obviously not playing with anyone. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I really like what they've done with the game. There's a bunch of like cool kind of UI stuff and. Oh, thanks for following. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, there's cool UI stuff, and they've like updated some of the voice acting and all that. It's really cool. Like I am continually impressed by the support this game gets from the development team. Like it is copious and it is high quality, which is super cool. I guess I want to go there to sell all my crap. Sleeping around was trouble in a war zone. That seems fair. Ballsiest way to have no balls. Oh, thanks for following, Toy Turtle. Yeah, I hope to see you guys around. Wait a second, that's not a town. Here. There we go. That's the easiest way to figure out where the hell I'm going. Oh, gotta get my wife a drink. I'll be right back. I'm back, bitches. What's up? I feel so bad for my wife, dude. She's just in like baby purgatory right now. Just in this like dark room with the sound machine on. It's like fucking solitary confinement. Shock duration. That doesn't do me any good. Let's see, what do I want to start pumping now? Probably cast speed. I don't have a lot of cast speed, do I? What's the trophy for? My kid likes weird shit. I don't know. Alright, what did I miss? I'm thick? I am thick. I'm basically a dwarf. Find a ghostwriter and co-author some books. Why not? Work 4.5 days a week. Light call. It says 1 million. Is it too good to be true? Not necessarily. Depends on what you're doing. No pants was a lie. I never said I didn't have pants. I said, what if I don't have pants? And I also said, what if I'm not alone in the room? You still don't know that one. Am I alone in the room? I don't know. I tried to warn her. I did try to warn her. I tried really hard to warn her, actually. There are worse places in baby purgatory. Yes, true. But not sleeping for like more than an hour at a time for 2 months is not so great. And also, like, so our kid has really bad reflux, and basically anytime we lay her down, she like wakes up within like half an hour. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. That has not been great. What do I want? Do I want mana regen? I don't know that I do, now that I have focus. So many options. So many options. Spell damage, mana regen. Why is it that going to med school gives you an Asian fetish? Because there's no other options, dude. But I mean, realistically though, like, honestly... Yeah, GI Center with a buy-in practice, probably. Yeah, so I know my, one of my roommates from med school, joined an optho group that had a 6-year partnership track, which is insanely long, by the way. And he made like 300 grand for those 6 years, and then like partners make like $1 million. So that's pretty much what he did. So I mean, that's not like, so a buy-in practice is basically where you take a reduced, so, well, there's a couple ways to do it. There's a lot of, like, either it can be an actual buy-in, like where you actually have to pay the practice money to be a partner, or more typically you work for a reduced salary for a given period of time, and that's your buy-in. Yeah, that's more typical. I did that, but I had a 2-year partnership track, so I did not have to suffer for long. God, what do I want? What do I want to put my points in? More insight and intelligence? Yeah, why don't we do that? Gain ward equal to my intelligence. I mean, that's not really that great. That seems like a lot of effort to get something that's mediocre. This is a smart thing to buy in? Usually. Cool. Yeah, we'll craft that. 66 spell damage. Goodness. Goodness me. Okay, that's what I'm gonna craft. That's gonna shatter that. Put my crafting stuff over here. Depends on if the practice fails. Yeah, so yes, so agree with that. One thing that you really got to watch out for is very like old guy heavy practices, because with long buy-ins, because a fairly common thing to do is like string, you know, new people along for a while and then sell the practice. So like basically they get your labor for a much reduced, you know, like sub-market rate, and then they sell the practice. So if you're not like, you know, if you're not a partner and most of the controlling partners are like retirement age, that's a real, you know, consideration. Watch out for that, basically. Guide on hit with fire skills. Yeah, I'll shatter that. Sure. Sure. Not gonna have a primalist. Necro penetration. Yep. I'm shattering all this stuff like I'm preparing to have multiple characters, but I think realistically there's no way that I will. That's okay. Okay, I want to shatter that. Lightless Arbor Key. 16% of mana spent gained as ward. Well, I'm not really a ward build, but that sounds pretty good. Alright. Gotta get that penetration, it's very important, especially when it's necrotic. Yep. Wrong NPC. There we go. Take that. Okay, that needs to be changed. Not to minion health, though. Back to what it fucking started as. Great. Potion health converted to ward. Sure. Whatever. Okay, that didn't really turn out as good as I wanted it, but it's still better than what I have, so let's get rid of this. Or actually, yeah. Boop. Solution to pollution is dilution. Nice. Ask me. Basically just hydrate shit. Hydrate aggressively. Let's see. Change that to attunement? Does that help me? Does attunement help me at all? Intelligence. It sure doesn't. Let's try again. Strength also does not help me. Let's try again. God damn it. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna shatter these out of spite. Fuck you, Boots. I want my shards back. Lots of washouts so you can see, yes. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, I'm willing to put up with a lot for good pay and good lifestyle, but I don't know that I would be willing to, like, literally shove things in people's butts for a living. Like, all day, every day. I mean, the living is very good, don't get me wrong, but that just, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. You can always go to the dark side of anesthesia, yeah. Anesthesia's a good gig, man, no lie. Unpredictable hours, though. It is getting competitive. It is definitely getting competitive. What if you're into it? Well, dude, if you're into it, then that's like a freaking dream job, right? I mean, you just gotta wear some, like, very stiff pants, you know, to hide your shame. But, hey, dude, if you can, like, make a ton of money and get off all day long, that's, like, how awesome is that? I think that's just like, that's Charlie Sheen style winning right there. Except the hookers pay you. I mean, damn. Yeah, I mean, at least though with GI though, like, the nice thing about fellowship is, like, worst case scenarios, you just do medicine, right? Like, if you don't match your residency, then you're kind of fucked. Like, that's game changer. If you don't match GI, it, like, sucks, but you can reapply and, like, you have a job. Comes a time to stop and enjoy life? Yes, amen. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Yeah, anesthesia is pretty rewarding. Honestly, it's like, I feel like it's one of few specialties where you, like, you don't get wins very often, because most of the people who come to the OR who are, like, you know, in terrible shape, like, they're moribund anyway, you know, they're like, you know, they've lived a terrible life and, like, trashed their own bodies, but sometimes, you know, you get somebody in there who, like, genuinely needs and wants your help, and those people are, you know, that's kind of what makes it worth it, honestly. Yes! Return to Trader Purton. I shall return to Trader Purton. I think it's really cool that, like, I'm just watching the global chat over here. I think it's really cool that they have, like, developers online, like, basically all the time. That's really neat. And they're, like, actively responding to people's questions and, you know, concerns. That is a lot of FaceTime to give random ass internet nerds. Dinosaur at 53? Dude. You got your best years ahead of you. Got that sweet military pension coming up too, man. Hell yeah. Go be a consultant or something. Make a fucking lot of money. Yeah, so that's the thing about the military that's really nice. It's like I was saying earlier, I think, like, after 20 years, your pension is... Correct me if I'm wrong, it's 20% of the average of your 3 highest paid years. Is that correct? So, like, basically, that's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money. It's more than that? Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, no, military retirement for medicine is good. It's just your pay while you're in is not great, but the pension is fantastic, dude. Yeah, $5,500 a month. Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind, roughly. I think the VA jobs that, like, I get spammed with, it's like $350 or something. But I seriously thought about that, and it's a lot more chill. Like, usually, like, the VAs around here are kind of like, you know, it's honestly not the best care, and it's very, like, you know, slow paced and stuff. So the lifestyle's pretty good. Yeah, and obviously you can, you know, you're tired. 53, like, damn, dude. Rated 100% disabled? Oh, yeah, would your shoulder qualify you for that? I mean, that'd be kind of awesome since you have that anyway. You know, like, you might as well make extra money for it. Oh, God. Please leave me alone, you crazy witches. There we go. Let's focus. Get that mana back. Yeah, baby. Oh, no. RSD is not fun. Yes, agree. I could do if I stopped popping out kids. Well, dude, I have fixed that problem. Did you miss that part? I have fixed that. Anti-pirate sniper? What? Oh, got denied? Oh man, come on. I wanted the pirate sniping stories. That is awesome. I mean, that sounds like a big job. Return to stranded captain. You got it, brother. I will do that. I like the skill level up sounds. I think that's new. Yeah, anti-pirate sniper sounds pretty fucking badass, man. That's definitely the one you drop in a bar and everybody's like, oh my, oh, pirate sniper. You're like instantly the most interesting person there. Pick that up, jerk. There we go. Ooh, I like focus. Kind of learning how to use that. That's nice. That is a nice way to fill back your mana. Alright, sorry. Okay, I have all the relevant waypoints that I need. Fantastic. Let's not die first. First off, time to not die. And then we'll go back to town and talk to people and finish quests. Look at 2 Marines standing over you. You put a 16 gauge tape. Anesthesia on duty was a former resident, and she had to do a femsciatic catheter. Ugh. Yikes. That's not ideal, dude. Ooh, alright, let's level up all my stuff. Later developed RSD. That sucks, man. I actually saw a, one of the weirder cases that I was a part of was, so RSD is, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, also known as, complex regional pain syndrome type 2. Anyway, there was a 19-year-old kid that had like a foot crush injury, and he had that, and basically causes like just chronic pain, just like chronic severe pain, and it has like physical manifestations. It's not like a psychological thing. Like this kid had no hair on his leg because all of the blood vessels, like the superficial blood vessels, were so constricted that all the hair fell out. Like all his hair follicles died. But he was in such pain that he had an elective below the knee amputation. Like they cut his leg off because it hurt so much. Well, so yeah, people say pain is psychological because pain syndromes have a very strong coincidence with psychological issues. So like people with chronic pain very often have like anxiety, depression, you know, addiction issues, things like that. Those are very frequently comorbid conditions. So it kind of looks like pain is a psychological thing, but you seriously considered having a BKA? Shit, man, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, and they can, you know, psychological issues can definitely play into pain syndromes too. You know, people with like poor coping skills, you know, generally do poorly under stressful situations and things like that, and kind of, instead of like using healthy coping habits, you know, turn to narcotics or, you know, malinger or things like that. So that's probably why. That's at least why it seems that way to me. Why there's sort of that public perception that pain is psychological, but it's not. I'm here to tell you it is not. I mean, I guess for some people it is. Some people just like straight up fake. They're malingering, you know, again, but like true complex regional pain syndrome is a huge problem, and it's very difficult to treat. Used to be a triathlete? Jesus, man. That's gotta be tough for you, man. That's a big fall from grace. I feel for you. That really, really sucks. One of the scenarios where the people who can brag don't. As you miss a shot, several people die. Yeah. Yep. Including maybe you. Yeah, that's very high stakes, right? Why am I just running around randomly? Okay. Earliest tower, we need to do that. Yeah, by the way, guys, join Discord. That link reminded me. It's a good place. We're slowly growing. I think there's like 45 members or something. But good place to talk about stuff. We have, as you can tell, chat here is weird. We talk about lots of random things. But there's sections for like Path of Exile and Last Epoch and stuff if you want to be a little more specific. You're not weird? That's true. You're right. Not at all. Not weird in the slightest. This is a safe space, okay? It's a safe space for weirdos, degenerates, nerds, you name it. That's what we're here for. Alright. Let's get on up. Alright, Pontifex Orlis. Enjoy. I really need to get one of the relics that makes that go slower for some serious boss killing fun. Yeah, if you're ever gonna play a Volcanic Orb build, you have to have the relics that make it go slower. Because it's, like it does just, you know, doesn't hit shit. But if you can make it so that orb just like sits on the boss, it does a ridiculous amount of damage. It already is doing a pretty good amount of damage. Focus. There we go. Die. Kettlefall is your go-to for dealing with shit situations? Yeah, I mean, that's great. It's good shit. Yeah, we'll keep pumping that. What is that? I will take it. Oh, did somebody just say mayo on pizza? What? Mayo on pizza? Oh, God, that alone is enough to get me to disable global chat. Fuck. Shareholder in private practice, do they give you stock in the company? Well, I mean, I would imagine that most private practices are not publicly traded companies, so you don't, there's no stock per se, but you do have an ownership stake. Like, you have equity in the company. Where do I need to go? This book's to Thedema. Okay. Like, yeah, I have equity in my company. Like, I own parts of the accounts receivable. So if I were to leave, then I would be compensated for that. I actually don't know how much that's worth to me, but probably not as much as it sounds. Like our business, I think we have like a $13-14 million business, and it's probably, my share is probably like 30 grand or something. That said, one thing to remember is this is actually really important. If they sold the practice, I would get whatever percentage I own. Yes. So one thing that's really important to remember is when you are a partner in a practice, and there's probably exceptions to this, but, and you know, maybe some like details that need to be worked out, but if you're a partner in a practice, your net worth is your share of that business. So like if I were to go get a loan, and the reason that I know this is I was looking into commercial real estate. If you were to get a loan, they would consider my net worth 14 million divided by 8, because we have 8 total partners. So that's what, like 1.8 million or something. So that would add to my net worth, even though that's not like money that I can leverage or get access to in any capacity. That they consider that. So it's important for investing. How much would that be if they sold the practice for market value? I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about like mergers and acquisitions. I don't know how much that would mean for me. I think I would just, I think it'd be the same thing. Like I would get my share of the accounts receivable and that's it. So again, like 30-ish grand, something like that. Oh, I mean, there's all sizes of practices. It depends. Depends on, you know, revenue and patient count and all that sort of stuff. Amount of partners. And I mean, the fact that we have, like, we do, you know, 13 mil of revenue does not mean that it would cost $13 million to buy our practice, right? Well, like I said, we do 13 mil in revenue, so it 10 times or I have no idea, man. I really don't know anything about any of that. Not business savvy. I probably should though. That's something I should definitely figure out. But all right, it is 10:40. I am gonna have to be up in 6 hours, so I should go to bed. Thank you guys. It's a good crowd tonight. Good crowd. How'd the bouillabaisse turn out? It was delicious. I totally cooked that while I was on call at the hospital. Absolutely. Hey, Vulcan. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm just about to sign off. Am I doing anything to celebrate Black History Month? I am going to work. Well, yeah, so for all of you who are new, I am Milkman Al. I'm usually on 8 to 10 p.m. Central, Wednesdays and Sundays. I will do my best to be on. Check out tomorrow again? Nice, man. Thank you. I think you mean Wednesday, but yes. I'll hope to see you back. Really appreciate it. Yeah, don't forget to join Discord. You'll keep up with all the weirdness we're talking about, and a lot of the things that we talk about in stream are sort of brought up there. Like the malignant hyperthermia was one. That was Gucci asking about that, and I was like, you know, I should talk about that. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, hope you guys have a great week. Take it easy. Thank you for joining tonight. It was really fun. It was a very eccentric stream, as per usual, but it's a good time. Ah, garlic confit. Cockroach Princess, God love you, man. Alright, everybody. Have a good one. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it.